Today we're going to be changing the drum brake on an Apollo Air. For this repair, we will need a 4mm Allen key and two 6mm Allen keys. To change the drum brake of an Apollo Air, the first thing we're going to need to do is remove this bolt stopping the drum brake from rotating. Using my 4mm Allen key, comes out no problem. Next thing I'm going to do is free the brake line from the drum brake. To do this, I'm going to pull the lever manually, just because that makes it a bit easier to unscrew this adjustment nut on the bottom here. Then I'm free to pull. I can take the spring, and I will take this pin that rests inside the lever here. Now I can pull the brake line from its insulated rubber part on top, push it out of its slot, and just pull it up. Now it's not connected to the wheel at all. And obviously, to replace the drum brake, we're going to need to remove the wheel from the forks. So I'm going to take two 6mm Allen keys, one on this side, one on the opposite side, and we're just going to uninstall. Once one side comes off, I'm just going to take my Allen key and use it to push the axle through. I'm going to pull it out the other side. There it is. Now when I remove this axle, there's going to be a few things that fall out. As I do it slowly, I'll have one spacer from between the inside of the fork and the wheel. So keep going. The wheel itself will come free. The drum brake attached, and there, the final spacer just dropped as well. Removing the drum brake is as simple as just pulling it off, putting a new one on. You just put it on. It's going to look loose and floppy. That's because until it is installed onto the forks, that's just how it is. It's not secure until it's installed onto the scooter. Now we're going to put the wheel back onto the forks. First thing we're going to do is take stock of our spacers. Now they look the same, but they are not the same. One is a little bit wider than the other. If you stack them up next to each other vertically, you can see one is a bit taller. The one that's a bit taller, we want the side opposite of the drum brake. The shorter one will go with the drum brake. So I'm going to take my axle, I'm going to put it in just a little bit and rest the longer spacer in. Then I'm going to put the wheel in between the forks and push the axle through the center until I see it just coming up through, and that's when I know I'm good to grab the other spacer, the short one, and push it through. The axle won't come all the way through this side of the fork because this screw goes in there. But once it is there, I'm going to just finger tighten to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Now the drum brake is still able to freely rotate. That's the next thing we need to install. The first screw we removed when starting, we're going to put back now. I'm not going to tighten it all the way. We're going to wait until the main axle is tight before we finish it off completely. Now I need to push the brake line. Just need the black insulated plastic part to meet this block here and have the metal wire with the end piece like so. Now I'm going to grab this retaining clip, pin, slip that into the lever of the drum brake, put the spring in, and push the end piece through the lever pin. Now I can take my adjustment nut, and we'll see the drum brake is still wiggling a little bit. Now we're going to tighten everything. And then again with the 4mm Allen key, I'm gonna make sure the drum brake is nice and tight. Now it's not moving at all. The wheel is spinning perfectly. And that's how we change the drum brake on an Apollo Air.